Hi, everyone. I wanted to run through a quick while loop program since this is one of the things you're going to be learning about this week. So, when you're dealing with while loops, they're used very often when you are collecting user input. And we usually pick a value. Um, I like to refer to it as a sentinel value that will end the loop when you're done entering input. So, I created a simple program. I made a scanner. Uh, I have the purpose of the program is to collect some positive integers, calculate a sum and an average. So I have some variables for sum and count that are integers that I've initialized to 0, and I have a double average equal to 0, created my scanner. So here's the message I give the user. Please enter a positive integer -1 to quit. And then I read an integer in. And then I say, while num is not equal to 1, I'm going to add num to sum. I'm going to increment the counter. And then now I'm going to ask for another positive integer, -1 to quit. And then I read the the data entered from the keyboard again. And then I go back up and check the condition. And as long as num is not equal to 1, then I will continue the process of adding to sum, incrementing the count, and asking for another positive integer. So that's going to keep looping. We're going to keep repeating this process until this condition goes false. Then as soon as the condition goes false, we're going to skip around and then we're going to print the sum, calculate the average, and notice I'm taking sum and multiplying by 1.0 to convert this whole calculation to a double. Then I'm going to print the average. So again, while loops are used in order to collect user input data very often. We can usually use them uh, all the time. Okay, let me go ahead and save this. I think something got moved. File, save as, save in the downloads folder. Gonna compile. I'm going to run. Please enter positive integers. So I'm just gonna enter 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now I'm done. I'm gonna enter -1 to quit. Then I report my sum and the average. So that's a quick example. Now, this week, you're going to be learning all about loops, and then you're going to be taking 3 quizzes. Now, some words of wisdom: when you're taking these quizzes, you really need to write things down. I can't stress that enough. You really shouldn't be doing these problems in your head. When you're being tested on this, they're going to be giving you little code segments, while loops, and they're going to be asking you questions about what is output from the while loop, or they may ask you questions about counting variables or values of other variables. It's my recommendation to write things down, trace through the code, and maybe for the next few quizzes, you may definitely want to print out the quiz. That way you can write right on the code, right on the paper. I think that is a good test strategy rather than trying to manage everything in your head, especially when you're trying to learn something new. So, hope that helps. Have a good week. Thanks.